What's up, bros? So a couple of last videos have been complaining that the basketball card prices are through the roof, so I can't afford break any basketball products that my ass is really burning, and so there was a lot of bad heart about it on my side, and actually. Last week something pretty amazing happened because one of my subscribers here on YouTube, LNK07Z0, actually messaged me that he managed to find Mosaic, a retail which just appeared, just came out last week, I think, at his local Walmart. And he would like to send me some of this for review. And what shocked me the most is, and what I couldn't expect at all, is that he offered to send me this completely for free. So obviously I offered him to pay for this. Of course, not the crazy prices people are charging at Blowout or eBay, but I offered to pay him MSRP and the tax and the shipping cost, but he refused to take and just send me this two blasters, which we will be breaking today, then two hangers, three Stan Van Gundy packs, and one mega box just for review, and that's a lot of money. It's over $100, well over $100, and you know, guys, it's this is something which has been very, very heart touching for me, because yeah, I couldn't expect that anybody, any of my viewers would like the content so much that they would sell me the product actually to review completely for free. You know, in the fall I have been doing some collaborations with Elite Card Sales, so they send me some blasters to crack for a small advertisement during my breaks. But this situation where somebody would actually send me this blaster for free, it's really, really heart touching for me. And LNK0S0, so yeah, you know, bro, when I say what's up, bros, in the beginning of the videos, I mean the bros like you, exactly the bros like you, and I would like to thank you, because that's not something which I would expect, and let me applaud to you, because. Yeah, because this is something which means a lot to me. Obviously, I'm not making these breaks or recording these videos for any kind of profit or any. I just do it to share my passion for the hobby. I'm not gonna make. My goal is not to make any money out of it. Just to share my excitement, to show some of the sets which I'm working on, and. To learn what do you think, and what you are working on yourself. And because Alan didn't want to take any kind of payment for this, but I chatted with Alan for some time, and so he works in the hospitality industry in South Dakota. And I thought the least I could do is obviously, like the hospitality industry is hit pretty bad right now, but once this situation gets back to normal, I would encourage you to visit South Dakota, and this is actually something that's a very beautiful part of the U.S., a very beautiful part of the country. I myself have visited South Dakota in late September 2018, so that's like 1.5 years ago. And I would like to show some of the most beautiful photos I took there to encourage you to visit South Dakota and to spend money there, so that hospitality workers are better off. So of course this is going to be highly subjective, but from my point of view, by far the best part of South Dakota is this Badlands National Park. So this is like a really unreal view, unreal mountains made out of the soil. And this is looks a little bit like Mars, except it's green and yellow. And to me, the most fun part of the visit was to hike in this hike through these mountains, because once you get there, they all look like very similar, and it's a little bit like you are in this like a maze, and this creates like a certain excitement, which is not easy to experience if you live in the cities. Another thing which I liked a lot, which is technically in Wyoming, but I think it's still the closest major airport is in South Dakota, in Rapid City, is the Devil's Tower. This is like a gigantic igneous rock, which is just sticking out from essentially out of nowhere. And the most beautiful part of it is that it actually changes its color during the day. So in the morning it's a little bit yellow, and then gets a little bit greenish, and then it gets red and dark dark brown during the day. And of course, the most hyped part of South Dakota is Mount Rushmore, but I personally didn't like it that much, because it's the design is a little bit like rough. So it's a little bit like the design of say, if we're talking about trading cars, of this leaf trading cars. So it's like angles and not very smooth, and so on and so forth. Of course, the excuse is that they needed to make the sculpture using the dynamite and the dynamite on the rock. And yeah, of course, leaf trading cars doesn't have any excuses. They could just have hired good designers, but maybe like my expectations for Mount Rushmore's were too high. But yeah, like it's not something which really shocked me, such as like say Badlands or Devil's Tower. But yeah, I would strongly encourage you to visit South Dakota. Some very nice people are working there in the hospitality sector. So go there, spend some money there, and tip locals. Like, unfortunately, when I was there, I was pretty stingy with the tips, but that's not how it should be. Like, if I'll go next time, for sure I would spend more, and yeah, I would like to go next time as well. So thank you, Alan, for making this these breaks possible. So there will be a couple, there will be a series of these mosaic breaks. So today blasters, tomorrow probably either hangers or Stan Van Gundy packs. I know that a lot of you love these Stan Van Gundy packs, and then probably the mega boxes will be last. Not mega, there's only one mega box, so the mega box will be last as the most expensive and the best products. So let's get it going. And we start with the base card of Larry Nance Jr. So the base card design is a little bit empty from my point of view. So I would prefer to have something going on at the background. This is like, I think in terms of the design, this is the closest to select. Like my favorite product is Optic, because it actually has some game action at the background. But those of you who there is some background, as you can see, there is like some like Sacramento player here, but it's like barely visible. So I'm not sure I'm a fan, but those of you who enjoy like select in particular, I think would enjoy it. So will to win, like Donovan Mitchell, the first NBA player to get the coronavirus, but fortunately he recovered fast, and here comes this USA Basketball. I think this is not an insert set in this product. It's the part of the base set. So I think this card would look cool with like blue background or something like that. Again, it looks a little bit empty with just in the base and the base set. Yeah, the prices of these blasters are crazy. So I think at blowout it's something like $75 on eBay. It is $60. So, and we get the first green parallel of Devin Booker. So this parallel structure reminds this press-proof parallels from Donruss. Not my favorite, but it's a pretty cool looking. My favorite insert structure is probably like this explosion structure in hoops, and that's a pretty cool photo, because this sole of the Darius Bresley sneaker looks love these bright colors, make it like that's pretty unusual, like photo of the back of the. So I think he's using New Balance. So this is. The card, yeah, the prices are completely out of the water, and I think the only way to make any money back is to pull like Zion Williamson, and this is a Gem Masters insert set. Yeah, the design is a little bit. It looks like that the designer smoked something. I'm not sure if it's it's not like completely ugly, but I think that a lot of things are going on. So there is like 3 gems, for instance, which is a little bit strange, and yeah, not the worst. Not the worst design, but not the best one. PJ Washington, NBA debuted. So I think he's a 6th overall pick by Charlotte. And this NBA debut sets, they're also not. I think they're not true rookies, but they're part of the base set. And Kenrick Williams of New Orleans Pelicans, and Caris LeVert green parallel. Yeah, like the problem with these green parallels which Panini is using in a lot of retail products is that it doesn't match well with most jerseys. It matches really well with, for instance, with the Celtic jerseys. It would match really well, but with say Nets jerseys, no. Tremont Waters, Rook, Kemba Walker really improved his shooting this season. Isaiah Thomas, I'm actually surprised that he's still in the league. I thought he was kicked out from Denver. And we get the first silver of Caris LeVert. So a regular silver design. Well, nothing. Yeah, I would say like most similar to Select silvers. So. Yeah, I think because there are no Select doesn't have a retail version, so they decided to make something which would be a kind of a retail version of Select. And KZ Okpala, Miami Heat green. Yeah, I'm not sure. Like this green looks good with red, pretty strange, I would say. Isaiah Roby, Rook, Pascal Siakam. Yeah, during his rookie year, like Siakam was a scrub, but now I think he is the best Cameroonian player in the world. And yeah, this is an interesting insert, old school. I really like this stained glass design. And in general, I have a soft spot for the stained glass. I loved this stained glass design in Innovation Basketball, but the Innovation Basketball was kicked out, and Wendell Carter Jr. some kind of Prizm as well. So yeah, no, I'm not sure. Like if there's something like Hyper or something, something like that. And the last card is the rookie card of Grant Williams. I wonder if Taco Force has the rookie cards in this product actually. Okay, fresh Golden State Warrior, Andrew Wiggins, Jeremy Grant, and Will to Win, Joel Embiid. I was super hyped, but he's I think he's another Cameroonian player, aside from Siakam. In NBA, but I think he's much worse than Siakam, despite of all this initial hype. And we get NBA debut of Jared Culver. I don't think it's a true rookie. It's like, but it's still part of the base set. So the first blaster was super brutal. I couldn't imagine paying. Yeah, this is how true rookies look like. I couldn't imagine paying anything close to $75 per blaster. And this just shows you that probably like the blaster like itself is pretty average blaster for a Panini retail product. So it just shows you how much hype is there like in the hobby. Like what are you like paying for? Like I personally wouldn't open more than like if I would have to pay like for this blaster. I would for $20 I could open a couple of blasters, like one or two, but no more than that. And Kobe White green. So Kobe White is a pretty scrap, but he had a couple of good games, so like his prices were relatively high during this period. I think like they should be back to normal right now, but yeah, I'm not sure. Markieff Morris, Malik Monk, and Giannis. This is actually a pretty sharp looking card, and the reason for that is this green color of Gem matches well with the green color of Bucks uniform. So this is probably visually the most appealing card I pulled from this blaster. So yeah, so and this mosaic effect works well here. So I think this is a cool card to have. So yeah, maybe this is something which will remain in my PC. I don't think it's gonna be an expensive card, but at least a cool piece to have. And NBA debut of Eric Pascal. He had like a very strong beginning of the season, but then mean reverted very fast to his basic level. And here you can see that Daniel House Jr. he has a gigantic tool. Like, I'm not sure if it's like visible to you, but look how it's sticking out. It's like it's almost like a third mini leg like sticking out. Like, yeah, this tool is just amazing. Shouldn't have any problem like getting women or anything. Jordan Clarkson, yeah, I love this Utah third uniform, but it doesn't contrast well with the green colors. Romeo Langford, Rocky Devant, Graham, Rejan, Rondo, Stephen Marbury. No, it's cool. Yeah, I love this stained glass, but otherwise, like, the design is a little bit too hard. Yeah, that's pretty cool photo. That's not something which you see very often, like this very unusual photo. So I wonder if it's a part of the base set. Yeah, it's also MVPs as a bird, with the part of the base set. So Jabari Parker, Enos Carter. At least that's how we called him in New York Knicks, and LeBron James. So green parallel. This is not a bad photo, but I think every product in every Panini product this year has this same photo, and it gets like boring, I think. I'm not talking that like this green color doesn't match at all with the purple color of LeBron, but like, but I don't understand. Like, say like. I think like what's going on, because Panini like is in Dallas, so whenever like Lakers are playing Mavericks, they go and take one photo like once a year and then circulating that photo. So that's pretty. But it might be like a valuable card, although I don't. By valuable I mean like $10-20, but I don't find it. Very appealing. And yeah, we finish with Pelicans Rook card, and yeah, this is not the Rook Pelicans Rook which I was hoping to pull, but yeah. So overall, my three best cards are probably all from the second blaster. So. To me, visually the most appealing is this Giannis Gem Masters green card. Like, note this color contrast. So green with green and Bucks uniform, and then this orange in the ball with the oranges in his sneakers. That's my favorite card. Like Kobe White green rookie card also might be worth something. So and then LeBron James green. So this is not. These cards are not as visually appealing to me, but overall, I would rank this product slightly below Prizm. So my favorite product is Optic because of the quality of the photography and proper backgrounds and so on and so forth. But here, like Prizm designs, I think they are more thought out and more like structured than here. And by this, and also the photos are circulated for like 10th time here. This. It's not a bad product at all. Like I would probably like above Donruss and above Hoops overall. Although I really love some inserts in Hoops and lasers in Donruss. But yeah, overall, thanks a lot once again, Alan, for sending these boxes. I enjoyed breaking the basketball. Or after a long break, but I wouldn't pay more than even at the MSRP. I wouldn't break more than a couple of these boxes. So.